What's up, guys? We're back again, another Trifecta V Productions March Madness edition, because we are now one step closer to the game starting on Friday. Yesterday, we went through my initial picks, bracketology, PhD in bracketology. That is, everyone knows this is my bread and butter. But today, the Trifecta, we're going to get to it, guys. We're going to go through the fun stuff, what I love to do, parlay action. Let's go through every game, rapid fire, against the spread, some over-under, total points. But let's get to it, each game, what I'm thinking. And then I told you before the tournament start, we'll get through each region in much more detail. But tonight, we're going to go through the gambling, the fun. You know, who's the king of the parlay? You want to do a 6-game parlay? You want to do a 10 or 12-game parlay? You want to mix and match? You want to tease the lines? Let's get to it, right? So when we start looking at these games, what do we got? Friday, the South region, Baylor, 25.5-point favorite against 16 seed Hartford. I think Baylor's going to crush them by 30 plus. Hartford doesn't deserve to be in there. They deserve it based on their conference, but they're going to see very fast that they just cannot compete with those horses. Baylor wins by 30 plus. Take Baylor. I wouldn't touch the game, but that's what you do. Here's a good one. 8-9, North Carolina going up against the limping Wisconsin. North Carolina now is a 2-point favorite. I am super high on those Tar Heels. Usually I'm not. I think history always repeats itself. I keep thinking to the 99-2000 tournament. North Carolina was an 8-9 seed, made it to the Final Four. This team is big. They got a lot of talent. They are starting to get it together. I would not want to be on the other side of that. I know Wisconsin slows it down. They're in it every game and do some damage. Not this year. I think North Carolina wins this game pretty easily. I would say by 7 or 8. Take North Carolina -2. Then we stay in the South. Oh, the local guys. Villanova, the 5-12 matchup against Winthrop. This is a fool's gold game, guys. Too easy. Never pick the game that seems too good to be true. Mikey Miz, I heard him today. He said all over Winthrop. Initially, I would think the line is 6.5 against Winthrop. This is a tough one. I would probably do the money line and say Villanova. I just think they're going to control the tempo. They're too much for Winthrop, even without Gillespie. Initially, I would say Winthrop. 6.5 is a lot. I would say money line Villanova, or tease the line down and maybe say Villanova -2. 6.5, they could beat them pretty bad, but 6.5 is a lot of points. I think it's going to start going down as more and more money falls on Winthrop to even it out. But take the money line, Villanova, or tease it down to -1 or 2. Then you got Purdue, -8 against North Texas. North Texas is a solid team too. That's a lot of points for a very young Purdue team, but I do love Purdue. They're not going to win by double digits. I would take North Texas to cover, or I would probably tease that line to Purdue -2.5, -3. Then we got a good one, guys. Texas Tech -5 going up against Utah State 11. Texas Tech is a solid defensive team, as is Utah State. This is a great 6-11 matchup. I would probably play this game in two ways. Texas Tech money line, or I would tease it up from -5, or should I say +5 for Utah State. I would probably take that +9.5 Utah State. I think they keep it somewhat close, but they're not going to win. Then you got Arkansas, 9.5-point favorite against Colgate. Everybody is saying Colgate's a team. I don't even know if they played 15 games all year. They don't have enough body of work, even though what the style of play is. I know they're all about offense. They're not playing against good teams. Arkansas is in the SEC. They're doing damage. There's no way that Colgate can keep up with them. I'm going to say Arkansas wins by double digits. Take Arkansas -9.5. Then you got the 7-10 matchup, guys. Florida against Virginia Tech. Florida's up and down. Virginia Tech plays great defense. I would take Virginia Tech +1. I think they do it. Virginia Tech money line all day. And then Ohio State -17 against Oral Roberts. I probably won't touch this game. Oral Roberts keeps things close. Ohio State has a tough time blowing out teams. So I'd probably take Oral Roberts +17. But if you're looking for a couple games that I love in the South region, North Carolina -2 all day. Villanova money line. Texas Tech money line, or like I said, Utah State +9. And then I would say Virginia Tech +1. So the biggest three, if I was going to do a 3-game parlay in this region, North Carolina -2, Virginia Tech +1, and Arkansas minus 9.5. Let's get to the second region, Midwest. Illinois minus 22 against local Drexel. Illinois is going to beat the socks off of Drexel. I love the local guys, but they can't do it. Illinois is nasty. They beat Michigan by 30. They could beat Drexel by 40. Take Illinois minus 22. I like that. Loyola Chicago minus 2.5 in the 8-9 against Georgia Tech, who plays good defense. I think that's going to be a great game to watch. But ultimately, Loyola Chicago is going to be too much. Take Loyola Chicago minus 2.5. Tennessee, the 5-12, 8.5 point favorite against number 12 Oregon State. That's a game I will not touch. Tennessee sometimes plays really well. Sometimes they lay an egg. Oregon State, I think they're not that impressive. They won their tournament, but I'm just not feeling it. I think Tennessee, if they play well, they blow them out. But if they play bad, they could lose. I would probably just take Tennessee money line or tease it down to 2.5. But I'm not touching that game. Oklahoma State, 9.5 point favorite over Liberty, the 13 seed. Everybody loves Liberty. That's a tough one, too. Oklahoma State, when they're playing their best, they blow out teams. Liberty is not playing well against the top teams, but they are still a fan favorite in that 4-13. Man, I don't know what I do with this one. I probably tease it down from 9.5 to maybe -4, but the odds aren't going to be that good. Then you got the 6-11, San Diego State -2. Going up against number 11 Syracuse. Jim Boeheim's that zone defense. I love San Diego State. I think they're going to win, but what am I going to do in this one? That Syracuse thing in the back of my head, it scares me. I'm probably going to tease this one from San Diego State -2. I'd probably take it San Diego State +4.5. Then you got West Virginia -12 against Morehead State. I loved Morehead State, their defense and whatnot, but they can't score. West Virginia is going to suffocate them, and if West Virginia can score enough, I think that's going to be good. But again, -12 is a lot going up against Morehead State. I probably tease that down from -12 to -7. Then you got Clemson, who I am not a fan of, and I hate to say I'm a fan of number 10, Rutgers, 1 point favorite. I take Rutgers -1. I might even tease that the more risky way and go Rutgers -3, but definitely Rutgers -1. And then you got Houston, 19.5 against Cleveland State. I would take Houston to win by 20+. So if you're looking again, the big three, if I was picking games in this region, what do I love? Rutgers -1 all day, every day. Oh, what else? I would say Illinois -22, and then Loyola Chicago -2.5. We'll see what happens. Third region, West. Let's go to the West. Gonzaga's going to get the winner of the 2-16s. They're going to blow them out. There's no spread there. 8-9, Oklahoma -2 going up against Missouri, the number 9. That game I probably will not touch with a 10-foot pole. I'd probably take Missouri, and I would tease it from +2 to +5. Then here's a great one. This is what I love, guys. The 5-12. Creighton -7 going up against UC Santa Barbara. I love UC Santa Barbara. I actually think they're going to possibly pull the upset Cinderella 5-12. I'm taking UC Santa Barbara +7. Virginia against Ohio. Is this game even going to be played? Ohio, the 13 seed, 9.5 point dog. I'm taking Ohio +9.5. Can you imagine a parlay if you have the cojones to pick UC Santa Barbara moneyline and Ohio moneyline? But I'm taking the underdogs to cover. Then you got USC, the 6 seed, going up against Wichita State Drake. USC is probably going to be a 4.5, 5 point favorite. I take USC. Mobley, the son of NBA local Cuttino Mobley. I like what they're doing. Kansas -11 against Eastern Washington. Is Kansas even going to play? Kansas with their defense, 11 points is a lot, but I think they'll blow them out. They seem to beat up on bad teams or teams that can't compete with the athleticism. I would take Kansas -11. Here's a good one. Oregon -6 versus number 10 VCU. Oregon has never been healthy until now, and they are loaded. I think they will be able to handle VCU. 6 points is a lot. VCU plays great defense. I probably tease that down from -6 to -2. And then Grand Canyon's a 15-point dog to Iowa. I think Iowa wins that game by +20 easily. So I would go with Iowa -15. So if you're looking for 2 or 3 in the West, what would I say right now? UC Santa Barbara +7 in the 5-12. Ohio +9.5 against Virginia. And then Kansas -11, and then Iowa -15. I love those 4. And then let's go to the last region, the East on Saturday. Michigan's going to play one of the 2-16s. No one cares about that. 8-9 game, LSU -1.5 against St. Bonaventure. Everyone's high on Bonaventure, but they can't score. They play great defense. LSU's got 3 guys that can score up a ton of points despite their bad defense. LSU, I think they're focused. They're going to do it. I think they beat St. Bonnie's by 5 or 6. LSU -1.5 all day, -1.5. Take them. Here's another one. Everyone's high on Colorado, Georgetown. Georgetown's a 5-point dog. Oh, that's a tough one. I think Georgetown's going to cover. I don't know if they're going to win. Keep it close. I might tease that game from Georgetown +5 to maybe +8, but we'll see. Florida State 11.5 against UNC Greensboro. That's a lot of points. I would probably tease that down from 11.5 to -5. BYU then is going to go up against Michigan State and UCLA. I might even do money line for the Michigan State UCLA winner. BYU, I think, is going down. Texas as the 3 seed. Abilene Christian, 8.5 points. I think Texas is going to blow them out. Take Texas -8.5. And then you got a good one. UConn, 2.5 point favorite against Maryland. UConn with their star back, they're going to be ready to rock. Danny Hurley is a great coach. UConn -2.5 all day. And then Alabama -17.5 against Iona. Rick Pitino going up against it. Bobby Hurley's former assistant, Alabama, Buffalo. That's a tough one. I probably don't touch that game. But for -17.5, geez, I don't know. I wouldn't even bet it. The last one, I have no idea. I guess if you had to pick, I guess I would go Iona +17.5. But if you're looking for the best games in the East region to bet, LSU -1.5. Everyone's going St. Bonnie, so go the other way that way. I would say Georgetown +5. And then I would say Texas -8.5. I like that. UConn -2.5. So that's what we got, guys. We got all the spreads, the parlays, the action, the over-unders. We'll talk about it. We'll break down the regions, the 4 regions in different trifectas before. We're getting close. All the big games start Friday, Saturday, first round, Sunday, Monday, second round. It's going to be a beauty as always. V Productions Trifecta, guys. Another one's in the books. Enjoy your Monday night. We'll talk to you soon.